Reddit. What are health myths most people believe in? That it's a good idea to ask for health advice on AskReddit. That low-fat products are better for you than full-fat products. Often, it is the other way around. Fat is a taste carrier and the industry often replaces it with sugar to compensate. People confuse the macronutrient fat with their body fat. You can hardly blame them with the low-fat advertising that deliberately conflates the two. Just this morning I went into the break room and saw a 10-pound bag of sugar sitting there with a naturally low-fat label on it. No shot, it's sugar. Like that gluten-free milk. I've seen a gluten-free bottle of water for sale. I just looked at it and shook my head. That sit-ups and crunches target abdominal fat. Sorry, but there is no such thing as spot fat removal, unless you mean lipo. Abs are made in the kitchen, bro. True. It's why I always do sit-ups in the kitchen. Fork put-downs are a good exercise to get great abs. Throwing up after every meal and doing meth is amazing for my figure brothers. If you crack your knuckles, you'll get arthritis. Reading this made me pop my fingers. Medical doctor Donald Unger cracked the knuckles of his left hand every day for more than 60 years, but he did not crack the knuckles of his right hand. No arthritis or other ailments formed in either hand. Imagine the restraint that must have taken. Just, wow. I hope he cracked him after the experiment was done. I mean that feel cracking your knuckles after 60 years. He cracks them, and the whole room gets blown away as he transcends to the 10th dimension. Natural equals healthy. Cyanide is natural. Thank you. I'm actually pro marijuana legalization, but I cannot stand the it's natural and comes from the ground argument. If you were to smoke the majority of things found in nature, things wouldn't turn out well for you. I really wish US food products would stop stamping natural on everything. It's not a regulated term and doesn't mean anything. Natural is in fact a regulated term for meat and poultry products, but not anything else. Natural, as required by USDA, meat, poultry, and egg products labeled as natural must be minimally processed and contain no artificial ingredients. However, the natural label does not include any standards regarding farm practices and only applies to processing of meat and egg products. There are no standards or regulations for the labeling of natural food products if they do not contain meat or eggs. That you need to do a detox diet cleanse to flush out the toxins from your body, or that cleansing enemas will get out fecal matter that has been sitting in your intestines for years. You're better off if you just eat healthily. Something like a tossed salad should do the trick. Hey baby, I hear the blues, Kalin. Tossed salads and scrambled eggs. That carrots are good for your eyesight. This myth was invented by the British RAF during World War II to cover up the fact that they had invented radar. Never seen a rabbit with glasses though. Carrots contain beta-carotene, which breaks down to retinol, which is important for eyesight. Yes, but that is not a problem for the vast majority of people. Essentially all eating a carrot does is make it so you don't have a deficiency that most people don't have anyway. Gluten-free food is better for everyone, not just those who are allergic. As someone who has celiac disease, I'm actually okay with this one. Sure, it's kind of annoying, but the amount of people turning to gluten-free because of the most recent fad diets has created a huge market for gluten-free food. It has made grocery shopping so much easier and affordable. Homeopathy. Here, have an upvote. Now keep in mind that it was diluted to 10C, so it may not show up on your counter. But rest assured, it is definitely there, and Reddit still counts it. You just won't actually see it. No, you've done it the wrong way around. You dilute the noxious agent. The true secret to giving this man karma is to gift him a tiny fraction of a downvote. The wedding ring is worn on the left fourth finger is because it is the only finger with a vein connecting to the heart. Popular Pinterest pin. All fingers have veins and all veins connect to the heart. When my now brother-in-law was getting his wedding band fitted, the guy at the store asked him if he knew why you're supposed to wear the band on your left hand. Without hesitation he said, "So I can still joke off." He's fitting in the family quite nicely. Exercise is bad for pregnant women. Unless it's really super mild, like walking at a slow pace. Found this one out when I got pregnant. Doctor said to keep exercising. I kept exercising. Everyone around me flipped their shit. To be fair, your friends and you disagree on whether or not bull riding is an exercise. Come on guys, this the only time I'll be at weight for sumo wrestling. That we only use 10% of our brain. You know how they say we only use 10% of our brains? I think we only use 10% of our hearts. Sounds like something Jaden Smith would say. GMOs are the devil. Your ducking Pomeranian is a GMO, you silly cunt. Such conviction. I like it. Seriously, so many people think GMO means actually putting in scary chemicals. This is not what this is. OMG, the chemical hydrogen is in my water. They make bombs out of hydrogen. Being muscular and being healthy is the same thing. Same for being thin and being fit. I'm thin, but very out of shape, but I have recently started going to the gym to fix that. I don't think I could run a mile to save my life. And on the other side of the myth spectrum, health at every size. That you can snap out of anxiety or depression if you only tried harder. To me that's the same as stop being so diabetic. As someone who has suffered from depression for years myself, I'm torn. No, you can't just snap out of it, and you can't just be happy, but I don't feel it's appropriate to teach people to be such victims. There is plenty you can do to curb the symptoms, and get plenty of relief, and with lots of time and hard work you can change things in a big way. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. That's hardly enough, you lasers. You're just not throwing it hard enough. People think blood is blue in your veins until it is exposed to the air. That if your hand is bigger than your face you have cancer. Smack. Eating the heart of your enemies will grant you their power. Hate it when I'm at work and that damn Craig is bragging about how many hearts he ate the other day. It's like, that doesn't actually work, idiot. That you can stop taking antibiotics as soon as you feel better. Finish your antibiotics, people. Even if you feel better. The other side of the coin is, you do not need antibiotics for a cold. They won't do absolutely anything but make antibiotic resistant organisms. Antibiotics are for bacterial infections. That vitamin C cures the common cold or helps shorten the duration of a cold. Also the plain fact that it's cold won't get you a cold. Having lots of sass makes your vajayjay loose. Just like lots of sass makes a Venus smaller. It does, if you happen to be ducking a pencil sharpener. I also like the implication that having sass with lots of partners is what makes your vajayjay loose. Had sass with 100 different partners, one time each in 1 year? Damn girl, you probably got no walls. Had sass with your boyfriend once every 3 to 4 days for a year. Whatever, it's cool. It's about muscle confusion. New Venuses confuse the vajayjay, and so it's shocked into staying gaping wide as a stargate. Having sass with a virgin will cure your AIDS. Your weight is predetermined by your metabolism, but my genetics. That women pee out of their vajayjays. It all comes from the butt, right? Everything. Even babies. In the US, the food pyramid. That was basically just a list of who paid the FDA us the most money. Turns out it was the bread companies. That sugar makes kids hyper. And everyone I try to set straight tells me about how their kids are the exception. No, they're ducking not. You just suck at science. That you can be healthy at every size. If you have 200 pounds of fat sitting on you, don't compare yourself and your BMI to a football player and claim you're just as healthy as they are. You're just obese and are sending yourself to an early grave. According to these people, even though you can be healthy at any size, if you're considered the average weight, then you're skinny as a twig, and no man wants you, only dogs like bones, so it's more like healthy at overweight. Low calorie foods equals healthy. Being wet can make you sick, like going outside with your hair still wet. That whacking the ol' mole leads to blindness. It's the hours spent searching for porn in the darkness that does it. That vaccines cause autism. That quitting cigarettes is difficult. I've done it hundreds of times. I got pregnant and the baby sucked the calcium out of my teeth. That's why I have these cavities now. As a dentist, I hear this all too frequently. That and I've always had soft teeth. Hey now. It happened to me. Before pregnancy, perfect teeth. After pregnancy, 18 cavities. I'm absolutely sure the damage to my teeth had nothing to do with the 8,643 boxes of fruit rolls ups I ate or all the acid from the vomiting many times daily for months. That if a girl sits on the cold concrete it will freeze her eggs and make her infertile. This is from third world countries. Sleeping in a closed room with the fan on will kill you. Is this a joke or serious? Serious question. I think I might have heard this before. Is it Japanese maybe? Korean. Some of them believe that the fan will steal your breath away while you sleep and will suffocate you. That CrossFit isn't a cult. That weed cures a hangover. Oh wait, yes it does. Eating your placenta will cure all your problems. Well, if you eat it with a baby still inside, it could be a start. If the baby is inside the placenta, you've got some serious problems. That you need to drink 8 glasses of water a day to stay hydrated. I believe it was misinterpreted from a study that included water found in the food you eat as well as fruit juice, coffee, etc. On the same vein, the idea that if you're feeling thirsty, it's already too late and it means you're dehydrated, which is just nonsense.